Hey friends, welcome or welcome back. Today's practice, no props are needed for this one. If you know you like to practice though with maybe a couple blocks for low lunge or something to sit on like a cushion or a blanket, you can feel free to pause the video and grab those props if you would like. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and get started. So feel free to find an easy seated position, whether that be sitting back on your heels in a hero's pose, or you can sit on your sitting bones and find an easy seated position that way, crossing your legs any which way that feels comfortable in your body. Whenever you arrive in your seated position, take a moment to close down your eyes. Let your hands rest in your lap. Let the spine extend up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles around your face, down into the jaw. I invite you to seal the lips. And so you're taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. We're going to start this class out with a little bit of acupressure. And so using one or two fingers, doesn't matter which hand you use, we're going to start to tap right in between the space between your eyebrows. And this tapping can be slow, faster, just find whatever is intuitive to your body in this moment. This point should not be painful, but you should be feeling a little bit of sensation there as you tap. In Chinese medicine, this acupressure point is called yin tong. This is a great calming point to help calm the shen or the spirit. And think of this point as allowing yourself to guide you to your mat, to reconnect you to your mat, reconnect to your breath. Start to take some deeper inhales. Longer exhales. And just allowing the breath to flow freely and deeply. Smooth, steady breath as you continue tapping there. And starting to now bring your awareness to this point between your eyebrows. So as you keep tapping there, just notice what this is bringing up in your body or in your mind. If anything that is unserving to you in this moment pops up, feel free to let that go to the side. Come back to your practice. Come back to your breath. A few more times with this tapping. A couple more deep breaths. Just slowly taking some time to arrive here in the space. Now we're going to start to move to another point here. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or open your eyes to look at where I'm going with this one. But we're going to be just below the clavicles and lateral to the sternum here. So it doesn't have to be anything specific, but just go ahead and tap there. So again, below the clavicles and just lateral to the sternum here. This point here is called kidney 27. And you can feel free to close your eyes again if you had your eyes open. And we're just tapping here. I'm actually using all four of my finger pads to tap here. You can use 2 fingers if you would like. Again, whatever's intuitive to you. And you want to have this tapping gentle, but enough to where you feel it. So you can feel that little bit of vibration. Definitely, this should not be painful though. But just some nice tapping here. And this point is great to think of it as an emotional reset button. So this is great to help with stress and anxiety, especially if you have some thoughts that are just kind of circulating in your mind and you need that emotional reset here. You can even alternate the tapping or tap both simultaneously. And find your pace that works best here with the tapping. You can go slower, a little bit faster. Start to invite in those deep, slow, steady breaths. Relaxing through the lower belly. Starting to feel that circulation of chi or energy. And we'll keep tapping here a few more times. Keep relaxing the jaw. Start to slow down your tapping here. And then releasing your hands back into your lap and start to feel that residual effects and sensations from that tapping. Feeling that maybe subtle vibration throughout your body. And just taking a few extra moments just to notice. And whenever you're ready, you can float your eyes back open. Bring in some external awareness again. Let's make our way to a tabletop position. So whenever you arrive in tabletop, think about wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's invite in a few cat and cows here. So on your next inhale, stretch your heart forward, look forward. Your next exhale, start to round your spine, let your chin come down towards your chest. So it's an inhale for your cow pose, stretching the heart forward, broadening across the collarbones. And a long, slow exhale, let your spine round, find your cat pose. Inhale to your cow pose. And exhale whenever you're ready to your cat pose. Continue with your own pace and your own breath here. A few more cat and cows, letting the breath initiate the movement. You can start to really feel into the movement here. Perhaps you even linger a little bit longer in your cat pose with your exhale. Or maybe perhaps you linger a little bit longer in your cow pose. See what feels good in your body right here, right now. The next time you take an inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop, please. We're going to extend the right leg behind us and start to reach just through that right heel. Take a few pulses here. Feeling that stretch down the back of that right leg into the calf. And we're going to start to pivot the left toes off the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky here for supported side plank. Now your gaze can be down at the left hand or up at the right hand, up to you. And then option to stay here with the right toes on the mat, or you can start to lift your right foot, point your toes up towards your nose. So you want to flex your toes here. And again, pointing the head down or looking up at that right hand, totally up to you. Feel that engagement, letting the crown of the head get nice and long. So think about the side of the body from crown of the head to that right heel getting nice and long here. On your next exhale, come back to tabletop. Take a few cat and cows here. Maybe even adding on if you want to kind of circle through the hips here. So it doesn't have to be anything specific. Just feeling into those nooks and crannies. Feeling into slightly different angles. Let's come back to a neutral tabletop. Extend the left leg behind you. And again, just tucking those left toes under, engaging through that left foot so you can have a little pulsing action there. Start to feel into the sensations down the back of that left leg, especially the left calf. And we'll find some stillness. Pivot the right toes off of the mat. Right hand plants. Inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky for supported side plank here. And again, maybe looking down at your right hand or up at the left hand. And then option to pick up that left foot if you would like. Flex the toes. Find that engagement around the waist. Reaching the left heel back, the crown of the head forward. Find that balance here. Take a deep inhale. Your next exhale, come back to tabletop. And again, a few cat and cows. Nothing too specific here. Think about warming up the spine, inviting in some blood flow. A few more times here. On your next inhale, come back to that neutral tabletop. Keep your hands exactly where they're at. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale. Your next exhale, sink your hips back towards your heels. Push into the hands. Inhale, lift your knees, lift your hips, come to downward facing dog. Now you might need to adjust the stance of your feet or your hands. That's totally fine. Take a little pedal out through the feet here. So just reaching through the heels, bending one knee, bending the other knee. Let your tailbone draw up towards the sky. Let the spine elongate. If you feel like you have some tension through the back of the neck, you can gently shake out the head. Take a few deep breaths. Check in with how your hamstrings are feeling. Do you need to generously bend the knees a little bit more to invite in that length in the spine? No worries if the heels don't meet the mat. That's totally fine. Take a few deep breaths. And let's find some stillness here in down dog. Rise up on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, step forward to the top of your mat. We're going to meet in a forward fold. So we'll meet in forward fold here. Generously bend the knees, especially if those hamstrings are tight today. Inhale to a halfway lift. Find some length in the spine. The sides of the waist are going to elongate here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Step just your left foot back, lower your left knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to the thigh. Inhale, reach up to that left arm, get a little taller. Exhale, take a simple side bend to the right. Feeling that left side of the waist elongate some more. Perhaps even feeling a stretch from the left front of your hip flexor all the way up into the left fingertips. Inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands, lift that back knee, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, think of that flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Step just your right foot back, lower that right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand to the thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up a little bit more. Exhale, side bend to the left. Keep stamping down to that left foot, keeping you nice and stable here. Feel that stretch right along the right side of the body. Inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Open arm twist to the left to any amount. Inhale, reach up, come back to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands. Lift your back knee, step your right foot forward to meet the left. We'll meet in a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale for chair pose. Now, arms can stay up by the ears here if that's comfortable, or bring hands to heart center. Totally up to you. Find that engagement down to the feet, down to the legs. Think strong legs here. Feel your weight in your feet here. Notice where you feel your weight. If you feel your weight more into the soles of the feet, shift the weight back into the heels a little bit. Perhaps your hips can sit down a little bit lower. You got this. A couple breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Push down into your feet. On your next inhale, straighten your legs. Reach up for the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back to a plank position. Feel free to lower your knees here. We'll take an exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, curl your heart up for baby cobra. Little back bend. Exhale, release down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, curl up for baby cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale to release all the way down. Inhale, push up into tabletop. Tuck your toes. Take an exhale for downward facing dog. Now here in downward dog again, if you need to pedal out through the feet and generously bend the knees, I invite you to do so. So just find any movement that feels good here. Take a few deep breaths. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward into a plank. Again, feel free to lower those knees. Exhale, come all the way down. Now this time, we're going to come up onto the forearms here and find a Sphinx pose. So a good starting point is elbows underneath the shoulders. Your fingers are going to spread wide here, and you can even play with the distance of your legs. So I personally like to have my legs wider than my hips, distance apart. Think about reaching the heart forward. Nice little back bend here. Relaxing the jaw. You can close down your eyes if you would like. We won't be here too long. Imagine the tailbone drawing down the length of the legs. And so think about relaxing around the glutes. Let the legs be heavy here. And if your back feels too pinchy here, or if it just doesn't feel good, you can always walk your hands out farther away from you. That creates less of a back bend. So you explore there. Meet your body where it's at. Notice your breath in this prone position. How does your breath feel? On your next exhale, go ahead and release all the way down. Inhale, come up to tabletop. Exhale, take a child's pose. Feel free to have toes together, knees wide, arms extend out in front of you. Perhaps you even let your forehead rest down on your mat. Now, if the arms are not feeling good in this position, or if they're feeling kind of pinchy, you can place one hand on top of the other and let your forehead rest down. Another great option is to have knees together, feet together, letting your arms rest down by your sides here. And you can really kind of fold into this more of a tighter child's pose. Totally up to you. Staying for a few deep breaths. And here in your child's pose, whichever version you've decided to take, imagine this 360-degree expansion of the breath. So you can start to soften your belly, feel the breath through the belly, the sides of the ribs, the entire back side of the ribs, even down into the low back. Starting to soften your edges so you can feel the breath better in your body. And staying for a few more breaths here, no rush. On your next inhale, slowly come back to a tabletop position. Now here from tabletop, feel free to take a few cat and cows if you need to. Any movement, again, maybe circling through the hips, totally up to you. Now from here in tabletop, we're going to go ahead and tuck the toes and come up to a kneeling position here. So here in this kneeling position, keeping toes tucked and hips over knees. And so if you do have that blanket, this might be a good place to place your blanket there for a little padding underneath the knees. We're going to take an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Open arm twist to the right again, and just twisting to any amount. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, left side open arm twist. Inhale, come back to center. And let's open arm twist to the right again. Take a pause here. Start to lean back, reach your right fingers for your right heel. Send your pelvis forward. The left arm is going to sort of reach at a diagonal here. So we're going to find this sort of half camel pose. And still keep sending the pelvis forward. The heart is open. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, just start to bring the hands and fingers down. Sort of just sweeping the mat there. Inhale, catch a hold of your left heel with your left hand. This right arm is going to sweep over at a diagonal. Again, sending the pelvis forward. Breathing into the right side of the ribs. Take an inhale here, and then exhale again, rounding forward, letting the fingertips sweep the mat perhaps. Inhale, right hand to right heel, reaching that left arm at a diagonal, send the pelvis forward, breathing into the heart space. Exhale whenever you're ready, rounding forward, coming over to your left side, just finding this variation of a dancing camel here. Exhale whenever you're ready. So go ahead with a few more times with your own breath and flow. Again, it doesn't have to look anything specific. It does not have to look pretty. Just finding a little bit of joy in this and really exploring how this feels in your body. Now, if you have the blocks, you can always use the blocks if the heels are not accessible. Just a few more times with your own breath and flow. When your left hand meets your left ankle, go ahead and take a pause there. So your right arm is reaching at a diagonal here. Your next exhale, bring both hands down in front of you. We're going to find a puppy pose. So finding a puppy pose to where your hips are high, your chest is going to melt down to the floor, forehead can come down, keeping the hips nice and high here. And you can even let the forearms come down as well. So finding any variation of a puppy pose. Relax your forehead down. Take a few deep breaths here. We won't be here too long. Your next inhale, come up to a tabletop. And then a few cat and cows. Inhaling to your cow pose, exhaling, rounding your spine to your cat pose. A few more times. On your next inhale, come back to neutral tabletop. Let's make our way onto our back. So no rush, just making your way onto your back. Whenever you get there, go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a gentle sway side to side perhaps. Maybe even wrapping the hands around the knees. Finding a little bit of circular motion here for the knees. And then letting both feet plant down towards the mat. Hug your right knee in towards the chest. Extend your left leg long. With your left hand around your right knee, pull your right knee over towards the left. We're going to find a twist. Right arm reaches out to a T or cactusing that right arm. Find this nice gentle twist. If you do have a blanket, maybe you want to place it underneath the right knee. You can roll it up and have a little bit of extra support there. Left leg is just heavy here, maybe a slight bend in that left knee. Let the spine melt back towards your mat. Let the shoulder blades melt back towards your mat. Even though that right shoulder blade might not be making contact with the mat, that's okay. Still allowing the shoulders to release back. And as you do, perhaps you even feel that gentle tug and stretch through the right side of the body, especially the pecs. Consciously take a few deep breaths. Maybe even decide to close down your eyes and focus in on your breath. On your next inhale, start to lift your right knee, bring your left knee with you. Hug both knees in towards the chest as you make your way onto your back again, and maybe you take a gentle sway side to side. Check in with your back of your neck and notice if it might be clenched up. Go ahead and elongate the back of your neck there. We'll plant both feet down towards the mat. Inhale, hug your left knee in. Extend your right leg long down your mat. Take a moment to settle in as you wrap your right hand around your left knee. Pull your left knee over towards the right side. Find that gentle supine twist and left arm out to a T, or maybe cactus that left arm. Take a moment to let your body really melt and settle into a shape here that's a nice supine twist, so you can allow the spine to relax back towards your mat. Letting both legs be heavy. Allowing this shape to be passive, to where there's no effort really needed. And then staying for a few breaths. Notice how your breath feels in this position. There's no right or wrong answer. On your next inhale, go ahead and start to lift your left knee, bring your right knee with you, come all the way onto your back again, and hug both knees in towards the chest. We'll go ahead and plant both feet down towards the mat. Start to extend both legs long down your mat. We'll start to find a nice Shavasana. So as you start to settle into Shavasana, take a moment to really relax the entire backside of your body into your mat. Let that feel the earth support you here. So no need to hold yourself up. Your arms can be wider. Maybe spread your legs wider. Really think about taking up space. Palms are facing up towards the sky. Let your fingertips curl in towards the palm of your hands. Feel the back of your head supported. And then as you start to settle into a Shavasana that is comfortable for you, I invite you to make any adjustments that you need before finding some stillness here. I invite you to stay for as long as you would like in your Shavasana. This is where I leave you in your practice. And so until next time, Namaste.